Hello and welcome to cast number 1 for Glamdring's Shellcasting cast. And in this game, it's featuring actually myself and a few friends who are playing on Smurf accounts, um, just doing some ranked in the high bronze, low silver divisions. So up on the left side, we're going to have Tryndamere top with Jungle Graves, Ari in the mid lane, and Corky Nautilus bot lane. Other side, we've got Olaf top. We've got Zach jungle with Zed mid and Jin bomb bottom. So right away, looking at these two teams, we're going to see that the blue team has good mix of magic and AD damage with healthy options. You've got good sort of mobility and damage in the mid game with good split pushing by Tryndamere as well as good team fighting tanks for with Nautilus. On the other side, the tanks are much better. You've got Olaf, Zac, and Brum to cover for a Jin and a Zed. But I mean, outside of the Zac, there's not going to be much AP damage. You're going to have Jin and Zed doing the majority of the damage, and they're going to be both AP with Olaf as well being sort of tanky AD. They're all going to be AD with Olaf being sort of a tanky AD bruiser. And there's an interest. Corky's magic damage is obviously pretty high because of his rockets, which adds a lot of poke with him and Ari in the mid game. So we'll see how this shakes out. Looking at the lanes, you've got in the mid lane, we've got Ari versus Zed, so that should be a pretty close match. I mean, Zed does kind of get the advantage later on once he hits 6, just because he has that sort of inescapable chance to try and ultimate. Versus Ari just sort of having those charges to move around and reposition during a dive. Top lane is going to be Tryndamere versus Olaf, so I think Olaf usually has the advantage for this, but wow, yeah, so he's going to just barely get the kill off there. Bit lucky because he used his health potion early enough, and Olaf's going to go down. So that's huge for the Tryndamere because Olaf usually has the advantage with a little bit of that true damage poking and those axes at the very beginning. So Zac's going to come in, and that's a bit sloppy by the Ari right there. Sort of flashing into the minions to try and get the damage from the minions to add up to enough to take out that Zed with the Ignite burning and an auto. It's not going to be enough. It wasn't done quickly enough because the Ari is actually me. So yeah, that's a good attempt for Ari, but just the better gank from Zac and Zed. And like I said, this is just a group of friends of mine playing on some Smurfs on some champions we don't normally play, so I've got that going in my defense, I guess. Tryndamere is pushing up. Olaf's going to have to farm a turret, something that he does okay with, but real problem is that Tryndamere is trying to build up a bit of a CS lead, and the opposite is true in mid lane. You've got Zed building up a CS lead over Ari. In the bot lane, it looks pretty even. Does look like it's a little bit better on the side of good damage onto the Zed right there from Ari, and we're gonna have a little punishment on the top lane under tower for Olaf by Tryndamere. A little bit of farming going on by Corky in the bot lane. He does have a few more minions, 19 to 13 at this point, so it's looking relatively even for the bot lane, and you know. Bot lane is one of the best places to gank right now. I mean, you could go mid lane for the gank, but he's kind of pushed up, so really all you'd want to do is just be there with if you had wards to counter gank. Bot lane would be a fantastic dive. You've got Nautilus, you've got Corky. Great damage in the early game, and also a lot of chase potential and CC. And then Ari, of course, is great to dive with once you hit that level 6 point. Ooh, big damage coming in from Tryndamere. That last crit will take out Olaf, giving him another kill, putting him up a full level 2 levels on Olaf right there, which is no Olafing matter. Oh, a little poke onto Zed from Ari, but Zed's level 5. That's a lot of damage, so it's pushing into mid lane. His lane is pushing out, which means that he's going to lose a little bit of presence on that map. And you've got Graves sort of poking around by Zac, so he's got to play very careful. Great hook by Nautilus, going to catch the Jin, and then back off into their own minions, and there's not enough autos on either of them to really get that Braum stun, which is very crucial in that trade. So Jin's going to be a little behind in health, but much higher in mana. And Corki needs that mana, especially once you're approaching level 6 to spam those rockets on, really get that poke going. With the potions, it equalizes a little bit, and Jin does get a little bit more healing than other ADCs, so he might be able to sustain this up just fine if he can get those kills off. Here comes Zac with another gank in the mid lane. Oh, right as the charm connects, and he's going to catch that W. Not enough damage to quite take it. Oh, a little aggressive there on Zed's part, and he's going to waste a whole flash trying to get that. Charm's not going to connect, but he is going to catch that Q and take out Zac for another kill. Zed, in the meantime, is going to find the pink ward put down by Ahri, take that out for a little bit more gold. Still in the lead in terms of CS, as well as the fact that he's level 6 and Ahri is not. And here he comes. Oh, but he fails that ultimate on Ahri, and he's gonna die as punishment, pushing Ahri into level 6 and giving her that ultimate as well. So this matchup, just being spoon-fed 2 kills to the Ahri from Zed and Zac a little bit earlier, is gonna mean that Ahri's gonna be able to build that Zhonya's Hourglass a little bit quicker and really get some survivability against this, again, all AD team. So not only is the Zhonya's going to be a fantastic answer to Zed himself, it's also going to be the most efficient item. Great hook, not any follow-up from Corki. He was just too far back and not really posturing for a follow-up. Ooh, that's 3 autos on Corki, not quite enough. Oh, with the last Q it is, and that's going to be a big spike in damage against Corki, so he's going to have to stay a little far back. But in terms of health, it looks like Nautilus is really just being the massive front line that is unbreakable. Zac is posturing around here, but Graves is also just farming at the golems, so he's not that far away. And it looks like Zac might think about pulling the trigger here. It looks a little dangerous. They're pinging him off. He's not going to do it, which is smart because you have Graves right there. There was no vision of him in that area, so he's going to wander up to where we've got Ahri overextending a little bit with that ultimate. It's going to be, oh, that doesn't even matter because they're diving with Graves bot, and that's a great hook. That's going to be enough with the auto to stun him. Is he going to take him one final hit? That's going to go to Graves. Fantastic. Ahri's putting up a little pressure with the ultimates. Oh, one more dash. Okay, great auto. That's going to be enough to kill him. Plus some more damage onto that Zed. Zed doesn't have his ultimate up yet. He's got the ignite, no flash, so very little chance of punishing. That dive was a little greedy on the mid lane, obviously. If Zed had pinged him off and told him to wait until I get my ultimate back, then that was a guaranteed kill. But now we've got another kill onto Ahri, who's starting to snowball a little bit, has that arm guard building up, so she's gonna be tanky for everyone except for that. Zac, who is, building towards a Cinder Hole from the looks of it with that Stalker's Blade into the Ruby Crystal. And the lead is going to eke towards Ahri despite the difference in CS that you've been seeing. If you look at top lane, Tryndamere is absolutely crushing this right now. I mean, Olaf is really just taking whatever farm he can get, and there's not much else that he can do, because once that Tryndamere is up there, he's level 7 versus level 6. I mean, there is an ignite on Olaf's part, but it's a dangerous prospect. You've got Zeal already, so you've got crit, move speed, and attack speed. You've got a Vamp Scepter as well for a little bit more sustain versus that Olaf, that ability sustain. So it's looking a little dire for top lane. Also, because you're running that ignite, and because you were trying to get that aggressive lead in early game, and that because it didn't work, you also are looking at a non-TP Olaf, which basically means, they're going in for a dive on the Jhin. That was a fantastic hook, but Ahri and Corki don't have quite enough damage to follow up with that. Ahri could have dashed and taken a little bit more, possibly secured up a kill. Oh, it looks like Olaf's taken a whole heck of a lot of damage in that trade, and you get Tryndamere healing back up to full. You've got 3 charges on the potion, and you're not even using him yet. Great dive by Zac, and then a fantastic ultimate by Ahri to sort of get herself back out of the danger zone, dashing away. But unfortunately, Zed is right there as well. So I think the deed has been done with Ari. Yep, here comes the ultimate to sort of finalize that damage. Oh! Oh! That wasn't enough. Miscalculated by Zed, but he still managed to clean it up. He does have a Hex Drinker, so really wasn't in that much damage of that much of a chance of dying versus a Corki and an Ari. Hook misses by a little bit. That might still bring him close enough. The shield does increase move speed for Braum, and there's no mana left. If we get another dash for the... Oh, there it is. That's the Hook catching out Braum and securing another kill to Graves, who's now 2-0. Little farm up. A little bit of farm up versus Zach. And that really is just going to give a lead to the rest of the team when they have a Tryndamere who basically has a lead on top lane. Now, Olaf does push out, but he used his ultimate to get close enough and deal enough damage. Great hide in the bush, and they're going to be able to take out Zac again. There's just no way of escaping something like that when you're Zac and you're just not really respecting the damage and the amount of control that the blue team has over your jungle at this point. Tryndamere taking some unnecessary damage just to make this matchup a little bit closer in top lane, but it's looking relatively one-sided. You have Tryndamere going in. Gonna get a little bit of a trade there, a little bit of sort of cheeky posturing in the turret, sort of saying, this is my turret now, you can't really stand here safely. Some good damage from Ari, gonna miss that backswing of the Q, so that is going to cut down on the amount of damage that does considerably. Now evening up in farm too. So if you look at that, oh, Graves is diving. He's going to get hit by the stun, and he's going to get deterred by that. Cork is moving up, so they're going to try and move on to Braum, who still has his shield left. And, I mean, Jin's not even going to be... Oh, Jin's going to have just enough damage to take out that Graves, and Corky's not going to have enough damage to take out the Braum. So Jin just gets fed 2 kills from way over aggressive ADC fighting over there as he stood back and basically just wailed some artillery fire down. Top lane is going down to Tryndamere, who is probably going to be able to escape this gank. I mean, they don't really have that much chase. He could dodge. Oh, he gets hit by that one, but the real question is, how are they going to stop him after he flashes over there? Okay, another flash from Olaf. He still has his ultimate up. I mean, that chase is just, it's going to trade flashes, flash for flash. And Tryndamere is still going to have that E left to chase down Olaf next time. So if Zac isn't there, trading flashes is actually kind of dangerous for Olaf. He should have just left it at the flash taken and a free flash given. Some CS being missed by Ari over here. He's going to fall 4 behind as well. You've got a serrated Dirk as well, so a little bit of armor penetration to get through that Ari Hourglass. But that's already finished, and that's the problem. Once you build an Hourglass on an AP mid, the options that that Zed has to try and punish that laner, like in actual trades and all-ins, is really kind of close to moot. You still have your chances, especially if Ari plays this close up, kind of playing with fire a little bit there. Okay, going to take some damage, fakes out the Zac. Still going to take the Q, but that's not enough. And Braum moves up. This is the go signal for bot lane as Graves comes in, pushes in some damage. Wow, he's going to flash and throw out a hook, but it's going to miss barely as Jin gets forced to flash his way just to be safe. And there's going to be no kills traded there. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Tryndamere is just coming down because he's got nothing else to do, saying, what's up, alright, let's push this lane in. So we're going to have a little bit of pressure on the mid lane while Olaf kind of freezes it up top because that's all he can do. Zed gets thrown all the way off of mid lane tower. A bit of a tough dive there from Nautilus, who misses the Q. So they're going to have to be forced back a little bit. But if you look at the health, who's taking damage? The only people taking damage are Braum and Jin. Okay. Okay, we've got Zac here. Got a little bit of a dive, getting ready, being postured around for Zac, while Tryndamere goes back top to deal with the wave that is starting to build up by Olaf right into his lane, and he'll probably just power that right back down with the Hydra. I mean, it's kind of hard to freeze lanes with the Hydra sometimes. So yep, he's coming right back over. It's level 10 to level 9 when he has that big wave. Going to farm up, hit that level 11 ultimate soon to really make him even more deadly. And Olaf's just going to have to run off and take Krugs, which is very smart. Keep that gold generating. Keep yourself leveling up. Get that experience. So that you can try and stay in this game, because it's having a very hard time doing that at this point. And he's just going to get chased down, even in his own tower, by the Tryndamere. Fantastic dive by Graves and Nautilus, forcing out the Braum ult. Hook's gonna miss, and Graves is gonna get exhausted, and then he's gonna get stunned. There's just enough damage to take out the Braum. Meanwhile, Tryndamere getting chased up top. He still hasn't ulted. There's the ult. He's just going to try and trade, but you got Zed coming up as well. This is a dead Tryndamere. Can he the kill? No. Oh my god. How much health did Olaf have? I mean, it got to be close to 20 HP or something that low. He's going to survive it. He's going to push up to top, and because of that, you've got free pressure bot lane. Oh, that hook misses by just a little bit, but that's still going to be enough as they scrape together that final rocket from Corki, and Graves tanks the tower as only Graves ADC can with the free bot lane. Mid lane's pushed up, so you see Ahri roaming around because the tower is now gone because Zed had roamed. Zed said, you know what, we're going to go top. Not really participate in this kill, but sort of get something on the board for ourselves, which means that you get an assist and you lose a mid tower, and then you have Ahri rotating bottom to help take that tower because they were diving Jhin. Kind of a tough spot to put yourself into, and they're going to try and take blue, which looks like it's going to be generously donated to Ahri. Oh, God, Tryndamere chasing down Olaf over here. Oh, he's attacking Olaf. He's getting some pretty good damage in. The axe is going to stop him for a little bit, but once he gets that swing, oh, there we go. He turns around, tries to get an E off, and which is going to give Tryndamere plenty of time to try and catch up with the mocking shout as well. 1 melee, 2 melees, 3 melees, you're out of here, buddy. He's going to flash instead of well, his ultimate is actually down, so he is actually somewhat susceptible to this Jhin damage. It's just going to be enough as he hits one auto in another Q to finalize that kill. Zed is going to be pushing up this final. Oh, looks like Zed took the blue. So he's going to have a little bit extra energy regeneration, and it looks like Ahri is going to be. Ahri is going to not have quite as much mana regeneration, considering she does have the Lost Chapter, which is going to give a little bit of mana regen when she levels, but it's not quite as much as she could have, considering that she started with the Zhonya's Hourglass. Definitely the safer move, but that does tax your mana regen. Okay, we're going to have a Stray Charm thrown out right there. We're going to have the both teams posturing around Baron. Tryndamere is going to try and push out the tower, which is really going to lead in just his own death as he does that. And, manages to swing away, but we've got flash back up, so do we have another flash from Tryndamere? No, we do not. It is just enough to save him. Oh, is it? No, we're going to have Zed ult in, and we're going to have the Jhin. Oh, my God. He's going to survive that. And this entire time, we've got Nautilus thrown in the back, just trying to stop everything, while Ahri is doing not much on the side, a little bit too scared of those 4 people because they keep diving Corki, and Corki's just going to flat up run away from the Zag, and that's not going to do enough to stop him because Zag is just going to land on you, W to you, and that's going to be it. Oh, Zed goes way too far in to try and finish up Tryndamere, and that might just cost him his life. No, it does not. Zed manages to double away, force the damage, and scare off Tryndamere. Graves has been pushing this entire time, so Graves has taken the tower, gotten that global gold for everybody, while all this... Oh my god, Tryndamere is just going to burn down from that Olaf ignite. And that's going to be a satisfying thing for Olaf, I'm sure, who has built Thornmail first. An interesting idea. Exhaust on Ahri, and she's actually... Oh, she's going to flash away. She almost paid the iron price there, except that it was her death, not the other person's death, because of that great Braum crew. Just such a strong ability. Really, really strong. And Nautilus is going to chase him off, but really they're just too far away at that point to... Oh, that it was so close from Ahri. Plus you got the Deathfire Grasp as well, which I believe applies to those traps. So close to killing Ahri right there. This fight started around the Water Drake, and it's actually going to end with neither team taking Water Drake, which means that it's still up, and the objective is probably still going to be contested. Zach is top, so you've got your top laner with no teleport as well as Zach top. If you'd seen that, the team, there were so many people right there, they could have easily just taken that dragon, but at least what they have now is a lot of presence and posturing around that dragon. Um, they're securing their red for right now, while red team actually groups up and takes and pushes towards the dragon. You've got Ari up top trying to take the blue, actually going to leave taking the blue to come down to mid lane as fast as possible to try and help out with the taking of this water drake. No, maybe just taking some farm first, and that's probably going to be enough to cost them this dragon. I mean, they don't really have any semblance of a grouped team fight right now. And yep, Corky's just going to throw out a rocket to try and get something. Oh, that that charm catches and does so much damage to the Jhin. He's going to sort of be forced to back out behind his team. And you've got Tryndamere pressuring another fantastic charm. Oh my god, that Q almost kills Jhin. The heal is just going to be for him to be safe, and he's flashed, so that random Q into the bush is just going to be so much. Ahri flash is going to be forced out of her ult, which is absolutely fine, just to stop that engage, because now you've got so little to dive the back line. Tryndamere's going to die, and the collateral damage is not going to catch him. Corky's, oh, great jump by Zach to kill Ahri right at that exact moment. Corky's trying to throw the rockets out to catch some of those low HP players, but Jhin is far enough back. He's got that W out, and you've got Olaf slowly healing up from the corrupting potions. So really should try and focus down this tower right now, and it's not actually going to be enough damage to focus down this tower, I guess. Leaving them sort of stranded right in front of this tower with no wave until in comes Jhin and Zed. So tower's looking pretty healthy. It's got full health. You've got two people sieging right here, and you've got Corky backing with Tryndamere TPing top. So this is a bit zealous from Tryndamere, only in the sense that what you're doing is you're trying to teleport to create pressure, but the problem is because your entire team is backing, you're not creating pressure with that teleport, you're just becoming the only pressure because the rest of your team isn't doing anything. So he is basically trying to one-man army in the red jungle, and here comes Braum, that reliable stun. He's casted his ult in time, so they're going to be able to catch Braum. And, oh, Graves is going to push in. That might be enough. Nope. He's just going to flash away to keep himself safe, while Tryndamere escapes by the hair on his chinny chin, as he always seems to do in these team fights. Zach has now been sort of forced into the wrong neighborhood. Almost catches Tryndamere. I like that idea. It was smart, but not quite enough. Ahri has been pushing mid lane, as only mid laners can do, and now we're looking at a tower that's about to go down. That's going to be a whole bunch of pressure for them. They're now knocking on the inhibitor's doors, and you've got Olaf pushing pushing top, but he really just doesn't have enough pressure or speed right now to do that much. You've got bot tower being pushed. You've got one top tower going down, so that's something. That's not too bad. But it's costing you 2 towers, because Graves should be able to take this one. Nope, he's not going to be able to. He's just going to bait out a bit of a fight right here. Some good kiting by Ahri. Nautilus is pretty far up, but he's got that shield, so he's not going to take too much damage. Corky's staying safe behind that wall. Oh, and Zach's going to jump in, but it's going to be dodged by Graves. We got the Jhin out coming in, but Nautilus has moved all the way up and ulted Jhin. So he stopped everybody, and he's pretty much single-handedly brought him all low. Jin's going to almost die to the Ahri dive, who after this hourglass is going to try running away, does not make it, gets flashed on by Olaf with her flash still up, so that was a misplay. And now Graves is going down to the Olaf chase as well. Jhin did some work there. He managed to survive the entire time, somehow surviving the Nautilus dive, surviving the Ahri dive, and that would pretty much was just a whole bunch of AP damage thrown in his face, and him managing to survive through all of that with not even a heal. So that started pretty well for the blue team, but red team was just able to survive, get some hero damage off, and Braum was instrumental in that team fight as well as Jhin. And Zach managed to survive as well, which is big. That's going to give him some pressure. I mean, Tryndamere is still trying to push, which is exactly what he should do because he's going to be relatively safe. Mid lane is going to have that tower push pretty close to down. I mean, it's actually not that close to down, but you're going to get a little bit of damage on it. Nautilus is going to push you away. There's not really much of a fight to be had there. Tryndamere is having a bit of a fight with Zac, but Braum's going to come in. Braum's going to come in. He's going to get that stun. Tryndamere manages to E as he gets stunned, so that creates some less of a mobile target. Great knockup from Braum. That should be enough. Nope! Tryndamere's just going to come in and kill everybody with his red buff damage as well as just his massive AD damage. And Ari's going to try and chase. Not quite get enough there. The charm's going to be thrown out, but it's not going to do the trick. Zed's trying to fight Ari. And that's going to be that's going to be a whole bunch of spells being thrown out in the wrong order and direction, which is basically just going to be another death. That does mean, however, that he's got nothing left to deal with this Graves, who's going to come in, sweep him right up, and collect another kill. Thank you very much, sir. He's going to chase over this Zac because he's got the red buff and because he's got Corki closing in. They know they can take him. What that means, though, is that they're trading a kill for a tower because we're not going to get the tower taken down at this point. You've got Braum there and Jhin there, and they're going to have enough damage to push them off. So all you can really do is clear their jungle, push their wave. Tryndamere is teleporting bottom. So what this is basically saying is I'm going to push bottom by myself. I have no TP. Good luck the rest of you. And that's okay because he'll be able to take a dragon, and you've got blue team already pushing the Baron, so they're kind of fearlessly pushing their lead, not scared of losing it, which is really effective here at this point because Olaf is pushing top. Braum is with Jhin and Zed in mid lane. They don't really even have pings going on to the Baron, and you just heard the dragon go down, so your last thought is that the Baron's going to go down, and there you go. There is a double buff complete. There's no vision, no pressure, no consideration from the red team that this is going down, so they're in dire straits at this point, basically. Tryndamere, who was just at that point where you can feel comfortable instead of running away from the team, jumping into it and trying to hit your squishies is not a safe place to be. And looks like he's going to snag that blue buff, and we're going to have Ari, Corki, and Graves and Nautilus pushing down mid in classic solo queue fashion, with Tryndamere taking that easy top middle and then pushing towards the top inner. Ooh, good attempt by Zac right there, and he's going to manage to push out Ari, who's going to ult back. You've got Nautilus now standing in the front, and Ari's now run completely away, so all of that damage has been soaked up by Nautilus on that. Oh my god, that's fantastic ult onto Zed. Nautilus is just going to man mode it up there, and he's going to take a lot of damage, get punished for it. Is he taking enough to die? Yes, but he's soaked up on the Ignite as well. You've got Ari and Graves inside with Tryndamere chasing up. Great flash by Tryndamere, and also going to pick up the Jhin as well, bringing a double kill for himself and a full-on ace, almost a clean ace for the blue team. That's going to be the tower down, the inhibitor down. That's going to be the tower down, and that's going to be the Nexus for the win. So thank you very much for listening to the cast. Again, my name is Glamdring. This has been a Smurf account match from myself and some friends. I would love to do some more of these casts. So if anybody is interested, feel free to just send me a message and let me know. Right now, I am currently using replay.gg, but if you're using another media, please feel free to include that, and I will try and download it to see if I can get the cast done on that.